Dr. Perez, report to radiology. Dr. Perez.
Hi.
Radiology.
Any messages for me?
Yes, Dr. Quartermain. Here you are.
Thank you.
Alan, just the man I want to see. I'm glad I caught up with you.
What are you doing here?
Well, I'm in the middle of a board meeting.
Oh, anything interesting?
Well, of course not. But what I have to tell you is positively intriguing.
From the look on your face, one of our stock shots straight through the roof, right?
Oh, even better.
No such thing. I can't believe I'm telling you that.
Suppose I told you that I have finally gotten a line on Lorena Sharp's financial situation.
I would say I wonder why you're so thrilled about that.
Because the lady is going broke.
What?
Yes, isn't that wonderful? Accidentally, I overheard a phone conversation that she was having with her accountant.
Accidentally?
We'll call it an act of God, whatever, but isn't that the best news that you've had in weeks?
Are you out of your mind? What did she say?
Well, she was screaming to this accountant to save the Phoenix Spa. Apparently, it's going to belly up. Now, if that falls, how long before the others follow?
That's terrible.
Well, domino theory, law of the financial jungle.
No, I mean about Avalon.
What's so terrible about it?
We have money invested, or have you forgotten?
I never forget where my money is.
Then why are you so happy when we're on the verge of losing it?
That's a small price to pay.
What? To pay for what?
Satisfaction. Oh, no. Make that retribution.
One of us has lost his mind.
Yeah, well, perhaps, but I'm not worried about it.
That worries me more than losing the money.
Alan, don't you see?
What I see, sir, is that we are involved in a situation with our money invested in an operation that's very precarious.
It's not that much money.
It's enough money that I don't want to lose it. I don't know about you.
Look, the loss becomes a tax write-off.
And, of course, you don't want Lorena to know anything at all about this.
Not
right?
a word. But, of course, I have my own plan.
What are you cooking up now?
Well, never you mind. I don't want to talk about it now, but just suffice it to say the plan is brilliant.
I'm going to have to take your word for it, aren't I?
Well, look, I don't have time to stand here, talk to you, and chat about this now.
Wait a minute. We're talking about our financial solvency. That is not chatting.
You worry too much. I've got to get back to that board meeting. I just took a necessary break. Now, look, if you really want to worry about something, figure a way to get me out of that damn meeting early. It threatens to go on all week.
Wait. What are we going to tell Monica?
Nothing.
She's going to find out.
Well, all in good time, my boy, all in good time.
Listen, she's going to find out. Aside from the fact that Lorena is her cousin, or she thinks she is now her newest confidant.
Don't worry, I'll take care of those two. But by all means, not a word about our little discovery.
I sure hope you know what you're doing.
Well, for the first time since I got involved in this horrible mess, I really think I do.
You'd better. Okay, we'll play it your way.
Yeah, and enjoy the game immeasurably, now that we finally have the advantage, huh?
Oh, there goes.
Dr. Barrows, report to ICU staff. Dr. Barrows.
Hi, Rick.
Hi.
What do we have?
Hi, Ellen. You're here. When did you get back?
I just walked through the front door.
I have been coming down here like every 15 minutes to see if you checked in yet.
You know I'd let you know the second I
What
got
happened?
here.
How did it go? What did she say? Was it okay?
Fine, it went just fine.
What did she say?
She was pretty upset.
She changed her mind.
No, she didn't change her mind. It was very difficult for her, but she lived up to her word.
I'm gonna cry.
I'm just glad this whole ordeal is over. Leslie, I got to tell you,
What?
I felt sorry for her, too.
I know, I really do.
She was upset. You should have seen her. I mean, she really didn't want to give Mike up.
Do you blame her?
No, but she came through. And, she gave us $25,000.
What?
Mike said I was shocked myself. I thought she'd made a mistake. Too many zeros.
Let me see the check.
I deposited on the way over here. I wasn't going to keep that kind of check in my pocket.
Oh, my goodness. I never even dreamed that it would be anything close to that.
Well, I didn't either. Well, we have to figure out what to do with it.
Well, we have to invest it. Of course we have to invest it.
Well, we'll talk to the CPA, get his advice. I mean, $25,000 now, by the time he is ready for that, for college, it's going to be a lot more than that.
I can't believe it. That is a generous lady.
Yes.
This resort's nice.
You know something? The problem we're running into here is that they all look nice to me. Why don't you tell me which one would you recommend?
Well, what are your friends like?
Let me see. They're very, very young, married couple. Very, very active, very athletic. Both of them are excellent skiers.
Are they into the après-ski scene?
Oh, possibly, but I think that the skiing is much more important than the nightlife to these people.
I see. Well, Mount Alpine is one of the newest resorts in the area. They spent a lot of money making a top-notch facility. It's supposed to be state-of-the-art.
Yeah, this is what you were showing me about. That sounds like a possibility.
Plus, since they've just started out, they are really trying to attract skiers, you know?
So you think that they would be more amenable to a promotional scheme?
Oh, absolutely. The timing couldn't be better. Our agency has been asked to help devise ways to boost business.
It's almost made to order.
All in all, I'd say Mount Alpine is the best choice. What do you think?
Oh, I agree. I agree. It sounds like it would fit perfectly with my plans. But now the trick is, how do we work it? I mean, we've decided to claim that my friends were selected at random for this free one-week ski vacation at Mount Alpine.
Oh, that part would be easy. I'll just say that their names were picked from the guest lists of other ski resorts. It happens all the time. You wouldn't believe the amount of business that goes on buying and selling mailing lists.
That is absolutely terrific. I love the ring of truth it has to it.
Your friends won't suspect a thing.
Good. That's exactly the way I want it.
Well, shall I contact Mount Alpine?
Please.
I'll get on it right now.
Okay. Oh, tell me, one more thing. How long will it take to finalize these arrangements?
Well, I can't say for certain, but I'll stay on it until everything's complete, even if it takes all night.
I am so grateful for all your help.
Oh, I'm glad to do it. If you have any further questions, I'll be right here at my desk.
Fine.
Oh, one other thing.
Yes?
How did you plan to pay for the trip?
Would cash be all right?
Cash?
Don't people still pay with real money these days?
Well, usually not for this amount, but if that's the way you want to do it...
It is.
Fine. Would you be able to pay the first installment after I've completed the details?
Why don't I go you one better than that and pay half the amount now?
Very good.
Okay. Let's see here. This was the total we talked about?
Right.
Okay. I believe that this should cover it.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. I will pay you the balance as soon as you finalize things.
Yes, sir. It's a pleasure doing business with you.
Oh, and it's a pleasure doing business with you. I just hope that my friends enjoy their unexpected vacation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, what do you think?
Let her look. I have a pretty good idea already of what she can do. Some of these sketches are pretty rough.
Yeah, but they show a lot of talent, don't they?
Jimmy Lee? Well, I certainly like what I've seen so far. Well, I'm just glad you caught me before I left the gatehouse. I was just on my way out to do some errands when you called. I've been in and out all day. Very nice, really.
Jimmy Lee, that's it for... Celia.
Hello, Grant.
What are you doing here?
Well, Jimmy Lee asked me over to show some sketches to Lorena. Lorena, you remember my husband, Grant Andrews?
Yes, I do. How you doing?
I'm fine. Good to see you again. I was going to call you about tonight.
Oh, what's happening?
Would you excuse us for just a second?
Sure. Oh, a new jacket.
Yes.
It looks great.
Well, thank you.
Where did it come from?
I finally broke down...
Swiped it?
I mean, swiped it. What are you telling me, huh? Come on. No, I got a promotion, and I decided I'd buy myself a new jacket.
A promotion?
Yeah. Jimmy Lee promoted me to the tile crew. Just luck, I guess, but a couple of the tile setters were out with the flu, and we needed to expand the crew anyway, so the job was available.
Oh, Grant, that's wonderful.
You haven't heard the best part. Higher wages, too, which is why I decided to treat myself.
Great. Well, is it warm enough?
It's warm, and it's as light as a feather.
Good. Well,
Yeah.
what's all this about tonight now?
Oh, the Scorpios have invited us for dinner tonight. They've also invited Claudia and Brian.
Oh, I hope you accepted.
Of course I accepted, for both of us.
Well, just give me a few minutes while Lorena looks over my sketches, okay?
Yeah, take as much time as you want. Lorena, it was good seeing you again.
Nice seeing you, too.
Jimmy Lee, I'll see you in the morning.
Right. Take it easy.
and Grant should be here soon.
How's Grant doing?
Fine. As far as I know, we don't get to see him and Celia nearly as much as we'd like to, then.
Well, neither do we. I'm looking forward to catching up with him tonight.
Ah, speaking of catching up, what's been going on in the local government of late?
You know, I was about to ask you the same thing.
Well, what with all my police work, I guess I haven't put in too many appearances in City Hall. What's your excuse?
Well, for every hour that I spend in the office, I spend another 10 in the streets.
Oh, and he loves it.
Anything to avoid paperwork.
I know the feeling.
Thank goodness we got a strong mayor to cover for us.
Lee really has taken charge, hasn't he?
I think he's doing a great job. I think he's made the transition from private lawyer to public mayor very smoothly.
Yes, it can't be easy doing something like that. I believe Grant's doing quite well, though.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I was wondering how he would take the construction work.
Well, as I understand, he's making quite a go of it. It's got to be hard, of course, with Lily's background, but he and Celia seem happy.
I hope so. If anyone deserves happiness, it's those two.
Oh, here, here.
Let's have a drink.
One ginger ale for this man.
White wine for me. I'm sorry it took so long.
So am I.
Freezing.
Well, it gave me a chance to give my jacket the acid test.
What's the verdict?
It works. I haven't been quite this warm outside for several days now. And I'm ready for the slopes again anytime.
Well, I think we should make some more money first before we take another ski trip.
I wouldn't worry. With my promotion, that'll happen any day now.
Especially if I get a job with Avalon.
Yeah. So, you ready to go? I figure that Brian and Claudia are probably already there, and I don't want to be too late.
No, Grant, that's why I came out. I can't make it tonight.
Why not?
I'm having dinner with Lorena.
What? Since when?
Well, she just asked me.
Couldn't you explain that you had a prior commitment?
No, not this time. Lorena's seen all my sketches. She seems to like them, and she wants to talk with me about them over dinner. I can't pass that up.
You know, Robert and Holly are going to be very disappointed. They were expecting both of us.
Grant, I'm sure they'll understand. After all, this is business.
Well, why can't you talk to her in the morning?
I cannot refuse this offer. I think I have a very good chance of getting a job with Avalon Health Spas. Jimmy Lee's been pushing me to do Lorena very hard.
Hell of a guy.
Are you sarcastic?
No, I'm just wondering where we'd be without good old Jimmy Lee.
A lot worse off, I'll tell you that.
Yes, I know that. I know. Jimmy Lee is the one who's allowed us to live in the gatehouse, and Jimmy Lee's the one who gave me a job, and the man himself just gave me a raise, which allowed me to buy this much-needed jacket. And any day now, with a push from this same Jimmy Lee Holt, you'll have yourself a new job.
I know. How are we ever going to thank him?
That's exactly what worries me. This man is too good to be true.
A guardian angel these days.
I suppose you'll never get rid of him now.
Well, not tonight, anyway.
You know, I'm almost afraid to ask.
He's going to be having dinner with Lorena and me tonight.
Now, how did I know that you were going to say that?
See you later.
Great day in the morning, love in the afternoon.
On Loving.
I have been up all night worrying and wondering, and I can't take another minute of it.
Hear me out.
Well, just say it.
Lorna's pregnant, and I'm responsible.
And on One Life to Live. As David and Jenny plan the wedding of their dreams, a nightmare is planned by Brad and Dorian.
The wonderful wedding that wasn't.
Loving, One Life to Live. Weekdays.
Not only am I impressed with your sketches, but as I told you before, you did an excellent job of redecorating the east wing of the Quartermain mansion.
I can vouch for that.
Thank you. It's been my experience that many would-be designers have wonderful ideas, but few know how to implement them. Celia, You seem to be one of those rare individuals who can do both.
Well, I had a teacher once who insisted on that. He always said it is not enough to imagine. You must execute.
Well, you must have been a very good student.
I keep telling you, she is the best.
Well, you must be quite proud of your protege.
Taught her everything she knows.
I can imagine. Well, in that case, it would appear I have no choice. You're just what Avalon needs. I would like to offer you a job as artistic consultant to my company. You'd be responsible for the decor in all of the Avalon spas.
Oh, Lorena, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Now, of course, you'll start with the one here in Port Charles. And once you're finished with that, we'll see about having you redesign some of our other spas. There's one in Boca Raton, one in Phoenix, all over.
I don't know what to say.
Try, I accept.
I should be thanking you. You're going to make me look good.
Well, ladies, let me be the first one to congratulate the both of you, huh? Cheers.
Oh, you so much.
You won the job, not me.
But you made it possible. That among other things.
Well, we should really be getting to work. We have so much to talk over.
Please, go ahead and start. I have no idea how long Robert will be.
Thank you.
Once again, I'm very sorry that Celia couldn't be with us this evening.
Oh, so are we, but we understand. Oh, absolutely. How can you pass up the meeting with Lorena Sharp?
Uh-huh. Business before pleasure.
Well, Holly, when I accepted for both of us, I had no idea that this meeting was going to arise. In fact, it was a last-minute thing.
These things happen. I hope she gets the job.
Oh, yes. Now, wouldn't that be wonderful?
Does she think that her chances are pretty good?
Well, that's what she said, anyway.
Be quite a coup if she pulls it off.
Well, I've always envied Celia's artistic talent.
Oh, so have I. I wish I had some of them.
Honey, why don't you look into working at the Avalon, too?
Me?
Sure. I think you'd be great with the society types. You'd be right in your own element.
What would I do?
I don't know. There must be some kind of promotional work. How about social director?
This is a health club, not a cruise.
You'd be surprised how similar they are, dear.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't mind being gainfully employed.
When would you have the time? I mean, with all the responsibilities of being a commissioner's wife, you still at loose ends?
Yes, a surprise, isn't it? But I've been filling my time pretty well. In fact, I just made contact with an English club in Port Charles.
Now, what do they do?
Sit around and pine for the old country, I suppose. I don't know. I think it'll be fun to mix with some of my fellow expatriates.
I know exactly what you mean.
I do find myself missing the British connection every now and then.
There is something about the country that you were raised in. Things that are very hard to forget. They can just be little things, but somehow they stay with you.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I feel about England.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Hey.
We were beginning to get a bit worried about you.
I got a bit tied up on the phone.
Anything important?
Yes, it was.
Can you share it with us civilians?
I think so. Grant, this could be of particular interest to you. That was the New York City police on the phone, airport precinct. They just found Dr. Campbell's overcoat stuffed into a trash bin at the airport.
How long had it been there?
Hard to say. Garbage hadn't been collected for a couple of days.
still no sign of the doctor himself?
Nothing.
How did they know it was Campbell's overcoat?
The label inside came from a haberdasher's in Cornwall, England.
Cornwall? Where in Cornwall?
A village your namesake knew quite well. One called Rockmore.
Now, how's it coming?
Well, I'm still polishing the details, but I've completed most of the arrangements. It's going to happen just the way we planned.
Good. Now, there is one more question that I'd like to ask you, and this is something I meant to ask earlier.
Oh, what's that?
Well, you may recall I mentioned my friends are both very good skiers. In fact, they would probably be considered advanced. I wanted to make certain that they won't spend all of their time at Mount Alpine going down beginner's runs.
You want to give them a challenge, right?
Exactly. I'd hate for them to be bored during their vacation.
That won't happen.
Not if I can help it. So the resort does have some difficult runs?
Oh, yes. I remembered you said they were very good skiers, so I called Mount Alpine. They said nearly a third of their runs are rated expert.
Yeah, that should keep my friends occupied.
And one run is supposed to be an absolute killer. They'll love it.
I'm sure that they will. I only wish that I could be there to watch them take the plunge.